ahead. It's now become 11-8 to Taylor. And this is a much better game than the one we saw in 2006 between these two in quality, where they weren't quite averaging what they are here. But in another sense, though, it is certainly deja vu. I mentioned, didn't I, that Wade was 8-7 up there. At the next interval, it was 11-9 for Taylor. I have a feeling it could be 12-8 for Taylor at the next.
He was 7-4 up. He's only won 1 out of the last 8. That shows you that there is a tide, a tungsten tide in the affairs of men.
59.
And the bloke who would sit on Hastings Beach and say to the tide, get back, is on your screen.
Well, Sid, you often used, in terms of Eric Bristow, the word bullying, and frankly, in the last 4 legs, that's what Taylor's done.
80.
He has gone up there and he's bullied Wade. Rod was saying, wasn't he, in his preamble, that whilst they're great mates off the hockey, if they could punch each other up there, they'd be the odd one delivered, and maybe, metaphorically speaking, Taylor's just delivered a few quite heavy ones.
Complete turnaround and the power. Oh, look at that. How do you get that accurate?
139.
You practice, but you've got to be good in the first place.
Bristow spotted him.
60.
One remembers what the great Tony Brown said. This is Dad George, who took him down church instead of the cutler's arms. Taylor. He's playing darts brilliantly when he was 17 for money, but gave up. Got a white suit. Was a bit of a disco dancer for 2 years. Then he came back to this, and don't the lads know it?
Well, I'm not suggesting yet that it's broken Wade, but it certainly hurt him. This surge from Taylor, from 8-7 down to 11-8 up, and 90 wanted now for a 14-darter. Well, he doesn't have to go 15 bull, which is what he would. He goes 25 for tops for a 12-8 lead.
70.
Cold. Look at that. Epitome of Taylor, that shot. He is outraged at the dart because he made one slip. Genius.
And throwing so beautifully at the moment that one can understand his annoyance, I suppose. He's expecting everything to go in. Now then, a fraction inside, and this one will. Told you. 12-8 Taylor.
Didn't even feather the eye. That was a pure air shot. And talking about air, there is clear blue, crystal air between them. Confirming Taylor 12, James Wade 8. Matchplay darts here in Blackpool, steaming along, and the man dominating the action is Phil Taylor, who's just put in some grievous bodily darts against James Wade. Joining me, the doyen of commentators, Dave Lanning.
And it's been heavyweights punching like clean hitting middleweights, but Taylor's just edging ahead on points, but there is still time for a knockout punch. It's been a diamond day, as they say, and a glittering final thus far.
And the geezer, who looks like being Mr. Diamond of Day, is in the blue against the 25-year-old star of the last 12 months. He's made £320,000 in 12 months as James Wade, but with 60 grand first prize win. Looks like going to you-know-who, El Power to El Potter's.
And Taylor has been pushed and extended as much as he has been since the World Final against Barneveld, I would venture to suggest. But James Wade, beautifully though he has played, has just been outpointed by Taylor. His last 4 legs, Taylor showing all his experience, all his class. His finishing has been exemplary, Sid.
And if he took up macrame or crochet, he'd outpoint them too. A determined man on your screen. Millionaire now, lust for glory, Taylor. James needs Masters the trebles now. Signs of wilting. Wilting. And I'm not talking carpets.
Yes, I think the heavy punching from Taylor just beginning to take its toll on Wade. He lived with him, what, right up to 15 legs. In fact, he outplayed him for long patches of the early exchanges. But now Taylor on 48 when he goes to go further ahead. And Wade needs to find something very special and a few more shots like that 180. He is not yet finished.
12 180s in the match. I reckon there's going to be 22. Double 16. Oh, it's now. I don't want to put the markers on your entertainment. It's becoming a bit of a Taylor parade as James tries that bit too hard, and they've got the wrong side of the wire. Prowling, dear.
He's like a tiger, isn't he? And you have to again acknowledge the sheer passion and hunger that Taylor has for success. As you say, Sid, certainly not hard up. He's done it all in darting turns, but he still wants to go on to fresh heights, to new levels. He's raising the bar with every tournament.
Hung out after a trip to Las Vegas recently with Robbie Williams for a few days. Came back to the potteries, into his practice room. Salad sandwiches, Bovril, 6 hours a day to get this good. Oh, look at that. He could hit those trebles standing up in a hammock in a force 9 gale. James replay it.
Well, this is 8 180, and you simply have to acknowledge the magnitude and magnificence of this final. Two outstanding players giving it 101%. It simply doesn't get better than this.
101% for those who don't know darts is double 50 and a half. James blocks the bed. Oh, it's compounding his obvious agony.
Taylor looking at 126. The 19 should be his target. And he wants the ball now. Yes, it's just inside. He has a look. Wade is on a finish.
I think he's disputing with the referee the requisite. He thought the first dart was in the 7.
But he's gambled there that Wade can't finish on 161. Left himself double 60 where he's been absolutely deadly. But now Wade with a glimmer.
Yeah, you get chances against Taylor. 170, 161, 154.
49.
Shane Burgess once said that. They're further ahead. Double 16. Has to go 1.5 inches north to that red bit. That red bit. Taylor cruising now.